Hey, hey, welcome back to my channel with the first time. So we are going to be doing a collective message. The downloads have been crazy today. All right. Um, what's crazy is that this was coming through like it is a collective message because there's a lot of people that are dealing with this from the way that it came through, but they feel like they're alone. There is a collective shift that is happening for a certain group of people. And the way that this came out like it needs to come out so that, they know that they're not alone and is part of the process. So I have New Life, Yin, TikTok, and Go the Distance, okay? The energy that I'm getting here is this is for people that for the past couple years, they've been going through it. And you either know your purpose or you have a good idea. I know it's a hot mess back here. You have a good idea of what your purpose is. You've been trying to move in that purpose, but you're getting a little bit discouraged because nothing's really falling into place like it has in the past. And this was an energy of a little bit of confusion because you feel like you can't give up whatever this is. But in the past, you may have felt like things were easier to manifest or things of less importance came into fruition a lot easier, and you feel like you're doing everything that spirit is asking of you, yet certain things just are not materializing, and it's really frustrating, and it's getting you to a place of like you're just ready to give up, and it's hard. Okay, so let's find out why this is happening. So we have New Life. 39 is here. All right, New Life. Why is New Life here for the collective? My cards are set up. All right. So, New Life, I have fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. That is the healing angel. The fourth chakra is your heart chakra. Okay. So, whatever this new life shift is, okay, you may start to feel as though certain core beliefs that you believed you no longer believe, certain things that you may have felt worthy of, those things are changing. You may be, there's a heart shift that's different than a heart shift of just say like self-love. This is like a heart shift of like, I know that I'm worthy of a good job, but subconsciously I feel like I'm worthy of anything, of anything I work hard for. So you may have found that you work yourself to this like the brink of burnout, and then you feel deserving of something. That feeling may be changing. You may be starting to feel like I am deserving of things and I don't have to go to the stage of burnout before I feel worthy of them. That's what I'm saying here. Okay. You may have felt like when you're in a relationship or a connection, when you've gone through so much together, if anybody is worthy of a good man or a good woman, it's me. Because look at how much I've gone through. Look at how much I've been through. Do you see how I've, fought through this with this person or gotten through that with that person? Now you're getting to a place of I'm worthy of love and I don't have to go through hell to be deserving of it. So there's something here about certain core beliefs and shifts that are changing. I also feel with New Life, I'm talking to quantum leapers. I feel like you've been trying to shift into a new life. Why is New Life here? Tell me more about New Life. Detachment. Well, there you go. So this is letting me know that when it comes to new life, like I said before, something is just not coming into fruition. I have versatility and I have speculation. You have tried to detach from the things that you wanted to manifest. Maybe that's always worked for you in the past, but for whatever reason, it's not working this time. The more that you detach, the more whatever you're trying to manifest just is not coming into fruition. I do feel like some of you guys even speculated, am I outgrowing this particular method of meditation or manifestation? With versatility, you guys may have tried all the things. You have removed love blocks. You have rewired your thinking. You have removed different people from your life. You have done shadow work. And it's like this new life that you just know is right around the corner. It's here. It's on the tip. It's on the brink. It's circling the landing strip. Why won't it come in? It's extremely frustrating. And then we have yin. Yin talks about receiving energy. It is the feminine energy. It is receiving energy. Okay. Why is yin here? It's a lot of chakras here, guys. I have 7th chakra Archangel Uriel, but I have 6th chakra Archangel Metatron that came in reverse. And that is where your third eye is. Okay. This is letting me know that I feel like you're getting the downloads, but there's still a disconnect. It's like Spirit wants me to do this. I believe I'm doing it, but there just seems to be like you're having a hard time manifesting. Your dreams may be a little bit not as clear as they were before. It's like I'm getting the downloads, but I'm just not seeing the vision as clearly as I was before. I also feel like some of you guys may also feel like Spirit is blocking you from seeing something. You just don't know what it is. It's like Spirit, not that Spirit per se wants it to be a surprise, but it's like you're not supposed to know everything or else you'll miss the lesson or something like that. Why is Yin here? Assertion. You've been trying to force this. Yeah. Here's what's interesting. It's coming through like you guys have seen the success or the status that you know your life purpose is supposed to bring. But there's also a feeling of I've done all this shadow work. I've done all this work. Doesn't that count for something? Why do I feel so stagnant? Why do I feel like nothing's pushing through? What is choice? I feel like I'm talking to certain people that along the way, Spirit may have made it clear to you that you're treating your life purpose like a side gig, but your frustration is like, but I have all this on my plate and I don't have help and I'm trying and you see that I'm trying. So it's not that I'm trying to treat my life purpose as a side gig, but I need to eat and I have bills that need to be paid and I really need to find a better job. Like I'm very appreciative that all my needs are being met, you know, but the bare minimum just is not working. I need more than the bare minimum. Like I'm struggling to have enough left over to save money, or I'm struggling to have enough left over to, you know, start saving for an emergency fund or just do the things that I want, or to get a bigger house or to move to a different city with better options. It's like you're getting the downloads, but you feel like your third eye is blocked because it's like I see the end result. I'm getting the downloads, but I don't. Something feels blocked or disconnected. It just feels like you're not understanding what you're doing wrong, and there's a feeling of like, because I'm like, Spirit, I'm asking for help. I'm doing all the things that I'm pretty sure you're asking me to do. And I'm not seeing any movement. Tell me more about you, Spirit. Okay. This is so hard. It feels so hard. Because it really feels like all the work that you've done prior to this point, it's like, do I not get cool points for that? I don't get any points for that. Because some of you guys, it's like you understand that what Spirit wants you to do is to rework something, revive something. But the energy that I get is I've already revived it and nothing happened. And that between work, school, kids, husband, girlfriend, that took so much out of me to revive that plan or revive that schedule to where I don't have anything left to give to just keep doing trial and error. Like it's like I feel your frustration. It's so like something has to give. I know this is my purpose. I'm trying to do my purpose, but I need help. You got to meet me halfway because I'm on the brink, you know? And some of you guys, I don't know if you have other people that are attacking you, if you're going through like custody battles, going through divorces, just have exes that don't want to see you elevate, or family members, because it's also a feeling of like, I'm fighting for my life and you're telling me to shift things around. Well, help me. Get this person off my back, you know, help me find a decent job. You keep telling me to get out of this situation. Well, help me because I've exhausted all my options. There's so much resistance in these cards. And I don't feel like, thank you. I don't feel like it is you wanting to be resistant. It's just the frustration. It's like I've manifested bigger things with less effort. And this is supposed to be my purpose. I've done so much towards my purpose already. Why is there so much resistance? And it's like you're trying all the things that people are telling you to try, or you're doing all the things, and it's just you're not seeing it. TikTok talks about divine timing, things happening at the time that they're supposed to. Things taking time, I just heard. The world. Deceit. There's an energy here of removing you thinking that you're running out of time to handle your purpose or to deal with something connected to your purpose is working against you. There's such a fear of time. How much time? How much time do I have left at this job before I start living my purpose? Can I leave this job and start doing my purpose? Can I leave this relationship? Can I leave this connection? Tell me more about TikTok. The sun. There's also, I also heard that the seat is here because some of you guys feel like you have to have like a testimony like most people do. I was homeless for 3 years before I got my big break. Like, not saying that you want to be homeless, but there is an energy here of like just accepting certain things because like it's supposed to be part of my purpose. Where I was like living off of ramen noodles for 2 years, or just it's something. It has to do with some type of subconscious mindset. But I do feel like the shift is still happening, even if you can't see that it's happening, because that's kind of why deceit is here. It's like you think that there's nothing happening when there's actually something happening. That's part of the plan. Part of how this is supposed to unfold is you're supposed to feel like nothing is happening, like nothing is working. I know you don't want to hear that, but that's what I'm getting. Tell me more about TikTok. Ostentation. Ostentation. That is the card that I believe speaks about doing what you have to do for money and just on the come up. But it's also not going to be very popular with everybody. Like, everybody is not going to understand. I know this is weird, but for some of, oh my gosh, I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm literally getting, you need to post more on TikTok. You need to post more on social media. And there's with deceit here, I have practicality and optimism. You don't have to, your purpose does not include being liked. Your purpose does not include it making sense to other people, because it's absolutely not. There's something safe here about doing something a certain way because it makes logical sense to those around you and to you. But I feel like before the year is over with, you're going to get this aha moment that's going to make sense to you, because there's something you're not supposed to be practical about it. You're not supposed to, it's not supposed to be in a neat bow. For example, it's like somebody who understands the algorithm, who has taken Instagram classes. They understand the explore page and the algorithm, and therefore it practically makes sense when they go viral. You're not supposed to do all that. You're just supposed to post. And you're just supposed to post whatever is connected to your purpose or whatever you feel connected to. They're going to take care of when you go viral, when your business blows up, that sort of thing. So I'm not saying get rid of a practical plan, but I'm just saying you're wanting deep instructions and for this to fit into a bow, and it's not. But it's not because it's not supposed to. And it's not supposed to because that is part of the testimony. Part of the testimony is leading with your that is, oh wow. That's why your third eye is blocked. Cause they just pointed, you're not supposed, because I'm talking to people that are really intuitive or extremely psychic. You're not supposed to know how this is supposed to go. Some of you guys lean too much on your third eye, not enough on your intuition. What you're going through right now, you're supposed to grow your intuition, not your third eye. Because your third eye, I'm talking to those who your third eye is very strong, but therefore you rely more on what you can see or what you can see than your direct connection to spirit. So your third eye is being blocked until you can strengthen your intuition. Once you strengthen your intuition and start listening to your intuition will give you the instructions on how to unblock your third eye. So if your intuition is telling you to just post, then just post. If your intuition is telling you to apply at a certain job, then just apply. If spirit is telling you not to apply at a certain job, then don't apply. Like, this is about your intuition. And we have go the distance. What is go the distance here for? All tied up. You're not going the distance until appreciation. Again, I know you don't want to hear the bottom of the deck is cornucopia. I know you don't want to hear this. However, this is all happening because you're relying on certain spiritual gifts that are not a part of the season. It's not that they're not a part of them, but they're not the star of the show. Some of you guys are relying too much on the validation of what you can see with your eyes or your spiritual eye versus your direct connection to spirit. Okay? With Go the Distance, I have all tied up in appreciation. You're not going anywhere until you can figure out a way to manage what you have going on. So let's say you have 2 jobs, okay? Or let's just say you have a job making it harder for you to give your full attention to your purpose. Let's say your purpose is to do hair, okay? You have a purpose to do hair. It makes people feel good. The way you teach people, it's very calming. The way that you teach is a way that people understand. You're constantly coming up with new methods that are easiest to make certain styles last longer or easier, and you're creating products. Well, you're going to go the distance once you figure out a way to balance the job that you have now that pays your bills and make the time for your business. This is about getting yourself unstuck with appreciation. It's part of, because that card speaks about knowing your worth and therefore other people knowing your worth and appreciating that that's how you operate. It's not that spirit has abandoned you or they're making this harder. You're making it harder by trying to operate by old methods. The old method was your third eye. You meditate, get some answers, one and done. We're manifesting. I can envision the car I want. I'm in the car that I want. I'm doing all the things. I can see it. I can see it. My vision board, it's done. Spirit is like, all right, we want you to meditate, but what do you feel? Not what you see. What do you feel? Can you feel us when we're speaking to you? Can you feel us when we are giving you the feeling of you are moving in the right direction? You turn here, apply here. So some of you guys, if you're looking for another job or you're trying to get a better job, because if I get a better job or if I get different hours, then I'll have more time to add to my business. It's not happening. It's not happening because spirit is like all tied up in appreciation. Figure out what to do with the hours that you have. Get yourself unstuck. We're telling you how, but are you listening? Because with go the distance, it's hard to be grateful when you feel like you're in such a low space. Spirit wants you to find a way to find gratitude in this situation and to find a way to balance out what you already have on your plate. I know it sounds counterproductive because it's like, well, Spirit, if I had a better job, I wouldn't need to do all of this. If I had a job that paid more, I wouldn't have to do all this. If I had a job with better hours, I wouldn't have to do all this. And Spirit's like, understood. But we're going to give you a better job. But after you figure out a way to manage your money from this job and manage the hours from this job and still do your purpose. When you figure out how to work with the money that makes you feel like you are all tied up, you don't have extra money to save, you don't have extra money to put aside. When you figure out, because we're going to tell you through your, through your intuition, once you listen and figure out how to make the money, the job that makes you feel like you're all tied up and you're in this mental prison, once you figure out a way to make that go the distance, appreciation, that's when we're going to send in that job. And I know you're like, well, then at that point I won't need it. Don't ask questions. Don't worry about it. You think that now because of the place you're in now. But you don't understand, cornucopia is at the bottom of the deck. The way that things are going to move in your favor, it's going to make sense later, but it's not supposed to make sense now. Because right now you're supposed to be relying on your intuition. You figure out how to work with your hours in the job you have now and stop treating your purpose like a side gig, cornucopia. It'll all come rushing in. But by that point, you're thinking it's counterproductive because blah, blah, blah. But it's not, because you'll already know what to do with all the blessings that are coming in because you're able to work with all of this. It sounds, because you may feel like if I had the extra money, then I wouldn't be, worried about this or worried about that. If I had better hours, then I wouldn't be worried about this or worried about that. And Spirit's like, right. But you would have other things that would come with these manifestations that would make you feel like all your money is tied up. You'd feel like all your money is tied up for a different reason. You would feel like you don't have enough hours to give to your side business for a whole different reason. So when you can figure out at this level how to make that kind of stuff work, by the time we start sending in all the things that you're asking for, the better job, all these things start manifesting, not only will you know how to balance all of that and hold that, you'll also know how not to stress yourself out as more blessings and more blessings and more blessings. Because I know it sounds, counterproductive, but if your business is bringing in $5,000 a month and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome, until you're doing taxes and until you're doing audits, now it's overwhelming. And then the next month you do $10,000 a month. If you had a hard time handling the $5,000 a month and the audits and the taxes and all the things that come with that, you're going to be far beyond overwhelmed when the 10,000 comes in next month. So that's what this is. This is Spirit teaching you how to manage and focus what you already have, because the bigger job is coming, the more money is coming, the better life is coming, the all of the things are coming. But I need you to work through this first. But they're not telling you that because that's part of what you're supposed to figure out. Because there's a spiritual awakening or some clarity that comes with the event that clears the path for you. Okay? So we're going to go into the extended. Sorry. We're going to find out how Spirit wants you to accomplish that. Okay? And any advice that Spirit has for you and any next steps. All right? If this is where it ends for you, you're absolutely amazing. All right? I will see you in the next one. And for everybody else, I will see you over in the extended.